Anywho, let me explain what's going on. The two racers should be on a Skype call together. Let me get you the link real quick here. So basically, they're going to call their own start time. Again, I am recapturing 2 streams, so there will be a slight, and I do mean like slight variance in when they actually start. But again, being that they are on a Skype call, that will actually start at the exact same time. If it comes down to like milliseconds as to on my screen who won, we'll ask them because of the Skype call who called it out first and who actually won it. We trust everybody in this league. Nobody's going to be like, oh yeah, dude, I totally beat him. And the other one will be like, no, I totally beat him. You know, like, everybody's cool, so, you know what I mean? Like, we're not worried about that stuff. So they'll let us know what goes on should that actually happen. We've had them come down to about a 2-second differential before. And on that note, there you go. We're actually pretty even on that delay. So here we go, folks. Beginning of 4 races tonight. We got 3 more coming up after this, all best of 3s. But we are underway here between Thefatshuffler, who just picked up a deck of cards, so he gets some random cards every couple of rooms, and again, replaces that D6 instantly. Uses that 2 of spades for 2 instant keys. Can't argue that. MagicD250 on the right, his opponent, just got my little unicorn. That'll give you, I think it's 7 seconds of invincibility and a unicorn horn on your head to actually do damage to enemies. They were trying to screw me over. Oh, God. Alright, so there you go with the use for MagicD250 of his Unicorn Horn, taking out Larry Jr. very quickly. Some health up and a couple soul hearts for him. Very nice finds there. And he'll be the first on to basement 2. So moving on to his second floor before Thefatshuffler, who is just starting off his boss, which in this case gets him... I can never think of the name of this guy at first. Why do I do this every time? It's Famine, and I can never think of his name. Anywho, so Thefatshuffler is going to wind up with a piece or a cube of meat. So theoretically, 1 of 4, technically 5 that he could build, but 4-piece Meat Boy would be a full Meat Boy. So theoretically, he'll at least get the 1 orbital around him. See, Magic's found his item room already, though has no key to get in it yet. So we'll see if he's the one that gets saddled with 0 keys throughout this entire run. Thankfully, a Soul Heart came out of that boss kill, so Thefatshuffler gets just a little bit of health up, and we'll also move on to his basement too. Again, you can see his is called Cellar too. The difference in there is that basically he's got the expansion version of the level, so he'll get tougher enemies, tougher room layouts, usually a tougher floor layout, but on the basement, it's really not that bad. Alright, Mom's Pearl for MagicD250 is a trinket. If I'm not mistaken, that's got more chance of Soul Hearts spawning. Again, I've heard like 3 different things on that, so I never know what to believe, but it seems like it's Soul Hearts more so than the Mom's items that people keep saying it is. So I'm pretty sure that's more chance of Soul Hearts at this point. Unless it's both of them, and that's why people screw it up constantly. Hey, yep. That wonderful trick yesterday that Skull Crusher knew. Wow, did that help? Ooh, very nice. Super Meat Fan. So MagicD250 gets 1 speed down, so you'll notice he'll be walking slower, but every other stat, including his health, damage, range, and tier rate, all went up by 1. So very nice find on that item there for MagicD250. Already sporting a very nice build here by basement 2. Let's see, Strength card and Devil card. Strength card would up all of Thefatshuffler's stats by 1 for the room. Devil card would give him time and a half damage multiplier for the room. Yeah, right, Dr. Brian. So now that you're this big name, you quitting that job, man? Quitting that job? Won't that be a sweet feeling? Taking you off Saturdays starting next? Wow. Well, at least you get Saturdays off, I guess. One way to look at it. 10% chance of Red Heart becoming a Soul Heart. That makes sense. Yeah, exactly. The wiki is user-written. Hence, it changes all the time. If you notice, like, when Lethal Frag and I were doing our races where we were doing user challenges, some douche nozzle would go in and actually delete it every single night. And then change them up to be like, Crumps just dies is the one challenge. You know, like, things like that. So, yeah, exactly. Like, wikis are kind of bullshit, basically, because people can change them at their beck and call. What's up, David? How you doing? So on to Magic's second boss here. Speaking of Famine, we get to see him yet again. And also, speaking of that Unicorn Horn, Magic will be using that to his advantage. Hopefully getting it off the horse. Not quite. Ooh. One more hit did it, though. So Thefatshuffler is, again, going to be the first onto his third floor. So he is onto Caves 1. Magic right behind him here. There's that cube of meat for Magic. Again, if you fight Horsemen, you're guaranteed that unless you have Conquest or the Headless Horseman. Ooh, the Pact for MagicD250. He'll definitely be taking that. So damage up, and I always forget the second stat on the Pact. I screw it up with a mark every time. Anyways, you replace the 2 red hearts that you spent on that with 2 soul hearts, thankfully. But you get damage up, and I think it's tears up on that. Somebody will correct me. It is tears up. Okay, cool. Thank you, Robinator. And how you doing, by the way? I always screw that in the mark up. Like, that and the mark, for some reason, just screw with me. Like, what's the one on the mark, then? It's damage and, crap. Man, I really can't remember tonight. This is when you know you're hitting Isaac Burnout. You've hit an epic level of Isaac Burnout when? Mark is speed, okay. Thank you. I always get that messed up with range. Case in point. So the mark is damage and speed. The Pact is damage and tears. Ugh. So screwy. Yep, there's X-ray vision. So that is a wonderful item Thefatshuffler just got. Basically, that will let him see and also enter for free all of his secret rooms and super secret rooms. As he walks into them, you can see in the bottom of the room here, instead of having to put a bomb down, it's just a wide open entrance for him. Once he goes into that secret room, he'll actually have all of his other entrances opened up for him as well. So if he wanted to get out in any way, shape, or form or cut off a few rooms, that is a huge item for races. That actually helps out a ton. Magic's found his next item room. Thankfully, he has keys. So there you go. You can see all the other bomb holes already opened up for him. For Thefatshuffler, that is. Ooh. And got entrance into his boss room from it. Very nice find. So he'll use that strength card for all of his stats up by 1 for this boss fight. Magic just got the Celtic Cross, so that is, if I'm not mistaken, a 33% chance that when you get hit, you get a 5-second damage shield. So you'll get no damage taken after that, give or take a third of the time. What's up, Minoko? How you doing? Giggity, giggity. I mean, what? No. What? No, it's true. We actually, believe it or not, raced Isaac last night for shits. Which, amazingly, somehow I actually beat the Cathedral on my Isaac run. I have no idea how I did that. What's up, sis? How you doing? Oh, my. I'm doing great, thank you. Alright, so Shuffler finishes off his Caves 1 boss already. By the way, Magic has a... There we go. Justice card will spawn every one of every type of item for Thefatshuffler. So now that he has a bomb, he can take that item rock. Gets his bomb back and a soul heart, and he'll be moving on to Caves 2. Again, MagicD250 has got a Caves XL floor. That is actually Caves 1 and Caves 2 jammed together into one. So we'll have 2 item rooms and 2 boss fights. Also, Shuffler with a library. You get 2 books in there to start off with. So he'll actually use both so that you don't see him again. Gets a Chariot card out of that Book of Sin. Can't argue. He's going to take the Book of Revelations with him. That'll give him soul hearts every couple of rooms. I believe it's every 6 that recharges. So that'll give him a soul heart every 6 rooms. Indeed, that was the case. Again, with, ooh, very nice Pyro for Thefatshuffler in his secret room. So there's 99 bombs, none of which he has to use to find secret or super secret rooms. So keep in mind, at this point, with expendable items like bombs, those you can do anything you want with. We're talking everything from actually bombing through doors to, you know, just using a ton of them on bosses, anything of that nature. The reason that we outlawed things like Dr. Fetus, Epic Fetus, Ipecac was because technically that would be like being able to do the same thing, but, you know, all the time without having to worry about it being an expendable item. So normally if you don't get Pyro, you've only got X amount of bombs. So you're probably not going to bomb through every single door you come across, right? However, with Epic Fetus, you know, the others where you have bomb shots, you can just go through every single door. Same thing with the shovel. Every 6 rooms you could skip a floor. So that's why those are outlawed. However, expendable items like Pyro, where you actually get 99 legitimate bombs, because there's a chance that you might accidentally switch them out with your keys with the bombs or key pill, we allow that to happen. So you can do whatever you want with those. If you look on the schedule, we've actually got dates for everything on there. But we are coming up on, we're doing week 8 right now, and there are 11 regular season weeks total. So basically, uh-oh, my TV just went out. There we go. Now it's back. I hate when it does that. Anywho, so we got about this week and 3 more to go. So about a month to go before playoffs. Hey, what's up, Sale? How you doing? So there's Magic's second item room here on his XL floor. Again, Thefatshuffler has found his boss fight, but is opting to go find his item room. Ugh. Lemon mishap for Magic. He's going to say absolutely no thanks to that. He'll take his unicorn horn with him instead and look for his boss fights. So he'll have back-to-back boss fights coming up here at some point when he finds them. Shuffler getting some pills. Ooh, speed down. So now they're both equal in speed. Both racers have the same amount of speed at the moment, if I'm not mistaken. Oh, what's up, Mr. Muffin Man? How you doing? Oh, excuse me. Holy crap, thank you, Zale. That's freaking awesome, dude. I will definitely be using that, like, no questions asked, because Jules makes some freaking awesome music. So that's way too cool. So let's see, Magic's got Chad as his boss. He'll get Little Chad as his reward for killing this, so that will actually drop red hearts every couple of rooms. So not the all-around greatest of items, especially for finishing off a boss fight. But he'll take it nonetheless, just in case. Oh boy, more bombs for Thefatshuffler, because he totally wanted 10 more. Because, you know, he didn't have 100 to start with. Totally necessary item right there. I think this floor wants Thefatshuffler to have some bombs. No, the game is not satanic. Only if you're a religious absolute fucking nut job is it satanic. What's up, Andre? How you doing? Or Andrew Nader, sorry. Andrew Nader. Blah, blah, blah. I saw Andre for some stupid reason. No idea why. Anyways, what's up, Andrew? How you doing? Hey, what's up, Christina? Hi. Alright, so Pete for Magic's second boss fight. As you can see, he saved his use of the unicorn horn for the second boss fight here, just in case. Felt pretty safe on the first one, so he saved it for this. Probably a great call, because I hate fighting Peep, honestly. Ooh, double Necronomicon in the library for Thefatshuffler. Not what he was hoping for. He'll use it so he doesn't see it again. On into his secret room. More money. On to free passage to his item room. He'll take that gladly. I just woke up from a nap. Technically, I did too, but mine was like 8 hours. Alright, so some range up with Mom's Lipstick for MagicD250, and a little bit of health, and a Devil Deal. Oh man, and the mark in there. Wow. Or Spirit of the Night for that matter, that'd be Flying and Spectral Tears. Man, tough calls. He's gonna, yep, there we go. So he's gonna want, oh, ho, ho, ho. You could have taken the other one. He had a damage shield on, I don't think he noticed. Anywho, he took the mark on that one, so now Magic has even more damage up, and I believe that was speed up we determined. So, replaces one of those red hearts with a soul heart, so he doesn't lose quite so much there. Yeah, that's a nap, it is for me. So Magic's got some really good damage rocking here. Should be about 2 hitting everything, and is. So both on Necropolis 1 right now, so this is a very, very even matchup, especially because Magic just found his item room, which as you can see, Thefatshuffler on his map has found his item room also. So after this, both will only be looking for their boss fights here. Again, Thefatshuffler just slightly ahead for having cleared more room, and getting that free passage between the secret rooms is quite handy for him as well. But Magic just about caught up here. And Scapular for Magic, so if he gets down to, gets hit basically at this point with that one red heart, once he gets down to just the red heart left, if he got hit, that would actually spawn a full soul heart for him. So not a terrible find, especially with that low a health. Had he had a bunch of red hearts, that wouldn't have been the greatest thing, but I gotta remember to stand still in those rooms too, because I take damage from those 4 flies every time when I get those rooms. What's up, Gunter? How you doing tonight? Alright, so Mom's Pearl is a choice over the Polaroid, which Magic knows full well that he'll get again at the end of the Mom fight. So he has no need to take that yet. Both rocking pretty low health right now, though, so this is still not exactly the most ridiculous of runs ever. This is pretty low health right now for both racers. Though Thefatshuffler does have a way to spawn more hearts. It's a matter of getting through rooms to get to that point. Thank you, Baron. Ooh, very nice usage of the spike traps in the middle of the room there by MagicD250. That's the easy way to take out that... Oh, God, that was close. That's the easy way to take out that Headless Horseman's head there. Oh, Magic, you have a use of your... Oh, God. Magic's taking damage, and he's got use of... Uh-oh. Didn't even notice, apparently I'm online on Steam. Let's turn that off, because that's an issue. Hey, what's up, Neo? How you doing tonight, man? Yeah, dead pot shot. It happens. Oh, God. Speaking of... Wow, I can't believe Mara dodged that. Oh, my God. I didn't see that fly. Oh, down goes Thefatshuffler. Ouch. I did not see the fly that was going to hit him. I was watching the shots he was evading. Wow. I did not even see the fly till that was too late. My goodness. So all the way back to the beginning. One of the bad things about this game, if you die, you lose everything that you have done. So basically, you have to start all the way back from scratch. So now you see the Headless Horseman fight again for Magic without those spike traps in the middle of the room, so he's actually going to have to kill it himself this time. Not that big of a deal, though, because look at how much damage he takes with each tick on that. That is ridiculous damage he's got built. Oh, no. Down goes Thefatshuffler again in a nasty room. Oh. How did Magic miss that one, too? Dang. Ooh, lucky foot for Thefatshuffler as the first item. Nice find. And we'll kill off that golden poop with Magic real quick for a little bit extra money. Let's see what we got. Either a... Yep, go fair. I was going to say, we probably have a greed in the store for Magic, but we'll find out shortly here. That could have been a library. You never know. So Magic had to check, because that could have been some pretty awesome books for him. Like another time and a half damage multiplier, had that been a Book of Belial, that would probably be game over. Even at low health, that would probably be game over at that point. What's up, Simple? Or Simpler? Trust me, you didn't miss too much of it at all yet. This is just barely the beginning. We got 4 total races coming up tonight. So we got plenty ahead of us here. Alright, Magic onto his Depths 1 boss fight. Finds a variant of War, which actually is not that terrible of a version. He just has a lot more health, in my opinion. This is the only issue, is when he starts going through the wall, because he will drop bombs behind him. Unlike the other version. So again, not so much fun. Ugh. Range up for Thefatshuffler. Again, not what you're hoping for off of your boss fights. He'll take that in the Soul Heart, though, and move on to his basement, too. So, playing catch-up already. Apparently, Magic got War stuck on that rock. I've never seen that happen before. Yep, exactly. All it takes is that one death, and if you look like Magic's only sitting at, well, now he's got 2.5 Soul Hearts and the 1 Red Heart. Second cube of meat now, so now he's got what is my favorite orbital, quite honestly, besides Guardian Angel for the double speed. But the 2-piece Meat Boy now fires for him as well as also blocks shots. So that's a phenomenal orbital, in my personal opinion. Also, wow, these enemies are so glitchy. Ooh, Thefatshuffler finding a nice damage up odd mushroom there. So his health goes up by 1 here, and he's got some damage up. You notice the large size of his head by comparison to Magic's. Oh, no problem, Gambit. No problem, man. Yeah, the odd mushroom's always a nice find. And what is it with, I swear, like, if you die once, that second round, you always get some crazy items given to you. I swear, it's something about these races, like, you're guaranteed that if you die and you're behind, that you're going to start getting crazy items and make this comeback that'll fall, like, you know, just short or wind up winning by, like, 2 seconds. Ooh, wow. More damage up for Thefatshuffler. So that is the pure damage up floor. So 2 more damage up with a pentagram find there at the end of that boss fight. So wow, this is going to get interesting. We have damage build against damage build. And Brother Bobby for a little more DPS following behind Thefatshuffler. Not going to argue that either. So again, do not count Shuffler out. He's got a long way to go here to catch up, but that does not count him out of this by any means. At the moment, he is about 2 full floors, if not, we'll say 2.5 behind. Yeah, that's a lucky-ass lucky foot. Yeah, all damage, no health. It's all good, though, because he does have more red hearts than Magic does at the moment, because Magic had to spend his hearts to get his damage up. For the most part. Yeah, and before Small Rock. So let's see what Magic winds up with out of this beggar, if anything good. Health up, there you go, right as he was looking for it, too. You probably could not have asked for a better item coming out of that, except for maybe the blue candle. The blue candle's always carry, but health up is always a huge thing when you're sitting at 1 red heart. And before Sacred Heart. Keep in mind, Itaku calls things. Yeah, well, that's convenient. Alright, some more Soul Hearts for Magic. Definitely can't argue. He's still looking for his item room here on Depths 2. Figuring with a little bit of time with the lead that he's got got more than enough to go looking for that item room, and you might as well, because that is the last one he's going to find. There are no item rooms in the womb. There are no stores, just a boss fight, just Secret Room, just Super Secret Room. So no more items for him. Might as well get this last one. Because you never know, maybe that absolute game changer. Or maybe 2 health up, or, you know, who knows. Alright, Pestilence with apparently a homing shot that just seemed to follow Thefatshuffler there at the beginning of the room. That was nasty. So that's going to be a cube of meat once again coming out of that fight for Thefatshuffler. So again, no health up, but still stuff that does help you. Ooh, Hierophant card for Magic, 2 Soul Hearts. Very nice. He's getting very nice things here on this floor now. Oh, now he wishes he didn't pick up that health up yet. He could have gotten into that blood challenge room. Although he could go use that heart machine if he really wanted to see what item's in there. So there's still ways for Magic to get into this room. And more Soul Hearts. Definitely not gonna... Speaking of more Soul Hearts, Thefatshuffler finding the relic here in a God room. Very nice finds. So that'll, I think it's every 4 or 6 rooms the relic winds up spawning a Soul Heart for you. So right when he needed some health ups, lo and behold. Yeah, that's true, GQ. Very true. All I was saying was, like, there's no item rooms. You can still get items down there, but it's a matter of either finding them in locked chests, demon beggars, trying to think what else. Secret Room will have them sometimes. I don't think Super Secrets will. Curse Rooms can have them. Challenge Rooms can. And I think that sums it up, but you're not going to find any, like, straight up, use a key, get an item room type of thing. Basically was what I was trying to say. I just botched what I said. So let's see, there's the compass for Thefatshuffler, another Soul Heart out of an item rock. So again, more health up. Again, just what he was looking for as we were talking about it. Yeah, the compass is huge for races. So as you can see on his mini-map, that is obviously pointing out where the important rooms are. So he doesn't know exactly how the map lays out, but he knows exactly where he's heading towards. So that is a huge help for Mara. Thefatshuffler, by the way, sorry, I keep calling him Mara. I really got to stop doing that. Yeah, you show off. But anyways, what's up, GQ? How you doing, dude? Ah, that calming Danny B piano music. Renegade, but see you soon, man. Alright, more Soul Hearts for Thefatshuffler. There's Magic's item room. I was gonna say, there really is nowhere else that this could possibly be, but up here, maybe a few rooms away. But lo and behold, finally found it. And probably not so happy with it. Found the Book of Sin. So that'll spawn 1 random actual use item here. So it's a bad gas pill. Again, he basically went through that entire floor to get a couple Soul Hearts and a bad gas pill. Not really so keen. But he does have his charge on his Unicorn Horn, and he'll be moving on to his mom fight now. So we'll see which version he gets. Yeah, so not worth it. So crack the sky for Thefatshuffler if I saw on that one. Yeah, it looks like it. So he'll use that to definite advantage against Gertie here, as that's basically going to wind up hitting Gertie almost every time you use it. So that's not a bad use. Oh, Magic had a damage shield. He could have kept using the blood machine there. Could have kept using that. I would have used that to my advantage for another couple seconds. But he's going to head back to that blood challenge room and see if he can't find something to make taking the extra time on this floor worthwhile. So again, to get into these blood challenge rooms that Magic is heading towards, you need to have 1 red heart or less. So if you're the blue baby, you can always get in. Ugh, the cat of 9 fails. Yeah, not what he was looking for again. So Magic will take the hearts back. He'll say no thank you to that and move right on along. What's up, Mello? How you doing? Alright, Bob's Curse for Fatshuffler, so there's poison bombs and 5 extra bombs. Again, yet another run where Shuffler just keeps getting handed bombs, apparently. And, ooh, Red Mom for Magic. Very nice find. So I don't think he could have asked for a better one. This is probably the easiest of the mom fights. Oh, God. Fatshuffler porting into his boss fight gets the Mask of Infamy. Ugh. One of my all-time least favorite boss fights. Good news for Fatshuffler is he has poison bombs. Bad news is the mask might move away from him after he lays him down, so we'll see what he chooses to do here. But again, Red Mom, probably the easiest for Magic. Anyways, basically all that happens is the foot stomps down. Every now and then an eyeball will open up and do a triple shot at you, and then all you have to do is keep avoiding the foot. So again, Fatshuffler already threw the first part of the mask. Again, with poison bombs, hoping that at some point the mask will be near enough. Oh, that was so close. Because all he needs to do is land that poison effect on the mask, and that'll rip through it. Poison does mass damage to this thing. There's some range up with Mom's Heals for MagicD250, a couple extra soul hearts. He'll leave the Polaroid behind because he has no particular use for it. And he'll be the first on down to the womb. So there we go. Fatshuffler taking out the mask. Doesn't want to worry about going back and healing. He's going to move right on to Depths 2. Again, knowing exactly where he's heading here with the compass, we'll head towards his item room first. So he's catching up very quick. He is only that one floor behind MagicD250 right now, with a pretty decent build going on as well. So again, nobody's ever out of these races, folks. What's up, Jay? How you doing, sir? Yeah, that fucking mask. It's bacon. What's up, Kara? How you doing? Alright, that is, I can never think of the name of it, one of the remotes that basically gives you a one-time use of Epic Fetus for Fatshuffler. He's going to say no thanks and keep Crack the Sky instead. Amazingly, he's willing to leave that bomb back in the other room as well. Nice pass. Hey, Chorps. How you doing tonight? That's Doctor's remote. I can never think of it, too. Nice pass. Happy Cat's happy over here. Alright, so again, Fatshuffler with that compass moving right on towards his boss fight already. He's got a mini-boss to take care of first, and he'll be on to his Depths 2 boss fight, which obviously will be Mom. So we just saw Magic fight that, so again, very, very few rooms separating these two at this point. That compass is a huge, huge help in races. No arguments, Chorps. None whatsoever. Got a lot of Isaac racing ahead of us tonight. Good times. No arguments from me. What's up, Eagle? Alright, so Red Mom again. So the second time tonight we've seen Red Mom. So both racers having the exact same version of Mom fights. Interesting. Very, very interesting. Usually you see some sort of discrepancy between the two. Again, at the moment, Magic working through his Womb 1, just looking for his boss fight. He's going to say no thanks to this ridiculously long mini-boss fight. And there you go. I was going to say, hopefully with his inner compass, he knows that he's going towards his boss. Otherwise, he's going to have to bomb back out of that room as well. Again, you cannot bomb into and or out of your boss fight. If you have the I've Seen Everything glasses, we've seen entrance from a secret room by them. But again, yourself, you're not going to be able to bomb into the boss fight like this through the door. So Magic does have to take this room out. Again, looking pretty good on his build right now with all these soul hearts sitting here finally. Shuffler taking out his Mom fight, gets a little bit more health up. We'll take that Polaroid. And right onto the womb for him. So again, both racers on the same floor, though Magic just about done with his. Although Shuffler's getting that loading screen error, gets an XL floor. Oh my. It's on, folks. It is on. I was going to say, this is the one way that Shuffler's got a really good chance to make this up, and he actually got it. So now Fatshuffler has two boss fights back to back. Basically the one that Magic's looking at, and then Mom's Heart immediately afterwards. So again, if he can get to these rooms very quickly, Magic's got this entire floor to randomly go through. So we'll see. Unless, nope, no such luck. The Stars card will be a random teleport. Maybe Magic will get lucky and that'll take him into the boss fight. No such luck. Took him to the next room over. Ouch. Ouch. So anyways, Thefatshuffler, very few rooms left to clear to get over to his boss fight if Lust would stop being so lusty with him. Wow, that was evil. Does get a soul heart out of it if nothing else. And a pretty fly, very nice, so he gets another orbital out of that pill. Ooh, does find a dead-end way over towards this boss fight, so he's going to have to keep working his way around. So again, Shuffler's going to have back-to-back boss fights. If he can take out Mom's Heart first, which it will be the second one, that would still make him the winner. So he's got both of his womb floors combined into one. He's technically on womb 2 right now. Magic again going to bomb through a few rooms, trying to get a little bit more time advantage here. Ooh, that was close. Very nice dodge by Magic on that one. Oh, wow. Shuffler did that in an odd way. I just would have gone into the center of the room to kill that guy. And check that out. Magic immediately found his boss fight. So Shuffler's going to have to fly here because Magic has ridiculous damage up on this. So this fight might go pretty quickly for MagicD250, but he is on his Mom's Heart fight, which is where we finish, folks. So again with a dead end. Wow, this is a bizarre map for Thefatshuffler. He's going to have to go all the way down to the south and work back to the east. So this may be too little too late now. Unless he can find an Emperor card, perhaps. But man, this is a screwed up map. I thought he was going the right way, but that was a terrible time to find a dead end for Thefatshuffler. So again, already about a quarter of the way through his boss fight, through the final boss fight, I should say, is MagicD250 on the right. Shuffler just looking to clear out these rooms, get over to his 2 boss fights and catch up. Again, though, with the damage Magic has, unless he takes a lot of damage, it may be too little too late already. So we'll have to see here, but good luck tomorrow, obviously. More soul hearts, because, hey, you never go wrong in the womb. Take all the health you can get. Alright, so the one advantage that Thefatshuffler's got at the moment is that it will actually take Magic a while to actually get through this fight because of all these mini-bosses and whatnot that spawn. But with well-placed bombs, as you can see, he just took out 3 of 4 knights in one fell swoop. So great job there by Magic, getting down to just about the 50% mark on Mom's Heart. And we'll say that is actually the 50%er right there. One more Duke of Flies, one more spawn, and It Live should stay out all the time for Magic, and this is right as Mara's getting to within 2 rooms of his 2 boss fights. So again, it may be just a little bit too late right now. And It Lives will stay out the rest of this fight for MagicD250 on the right, so we'll see if he can't finish that off quickly. 2 Hockey Puck Gerties. Ouch. Not what you want to see right before your boss fight either for Thefatshuffler. But he's making quick work of these. Again, though, possibly too little too late, because under 25% health for MagicD250 and 2 boss fights to go for Thefatshuffler. Though he will start off his first one here. And it's Blast Assist. Wow, it was going to be nice to him, too. Ouch. Ouch. That is painful, too. When you get Blast Assist and you have a chance at it, that just made it that much worse. However, with that last shot right there, Magic has won the first of a best of 3 here against Thefatshuffler. So very nicely done, Magic. Let me get the score updated on that one. There we go. And there's the oh-so-wonderful gentlemanly clap by Thefatshuffler, as you can see on the left. But seriously, wow, great run on that one, guys. That was a hell of a comeback, Shuffler. Like, you were literally 1 room behind him. 1 room. That XL floor was huge at the end there. So again, we're going to reset both racers, guys. Give me just about a minute here. I'm going to run some ads really quick before we start off round 2, and then we will get that going. So give me 1 quick minute. I need a refill, and get up and do the same yourself. I'll be right back, guys, and we will start round 2. Alrighty guys, looks like we are clear of those ads. Give it a couple seconds just to be on the safe side, but we should be clear of everything here. So we are just about to start up heat number 2 of, well, of race number 1 of 4 total tonight. So again, we got Thefatshuffler on the right, we got MagicD250 on the left. Both are 4 and 2 right now in the same division. As you can see, MagicD250 took the first of the best of 3 here. So he is up 1-0 right now. Looking to close it out if he were to win this one. And Thefatshuffler looking to even it up and force a game 3. So again, good luck to both racers. They are both on a Skype call right now. Let me get you into both of their chats and both of their channels so you can hear what's going on between them. But they are going to do their own countdown at their leisure and start the race basically side by side. So there may be a slight delay between the two on my stream, but that's only because I'm recapturing both of theirs. So there will be a delay with what I'm watching. But again, they will start at the exact same time at their leisure. So again, good luck to both racers, and whenever you guys are ready, feel free to start that off. I think you don't goof the direction. I always do that. Where'd I get the Isaac soundtrack? I bought it with my copy of Isaac. But you can get it on, I believe you can also get it on Danny B's sound page. I forgot where it is. Somebody will correct me on that. Somebody will let me know exactly where that's at. Feel free to link up Danny B's page where he's got that for sale, too. If somebody's got that. I probably did, EXO, but I don't actually check my email during the races. I've got way too much stuff going on to worry about anything else. There we go. It's the Soundworks page. That's what it was. There we go. DB Soundworks. That's the one at his Bandcamp. That's your winner. That's where you guys want to go to find the Binding of Isaac soundtrack. Actually, Nizo's got the legitimate, like, straight-to-it link. So that'll take you in there. But if you guys want that soundtrack, it is so worth it. It's a couple of bucks, and you get, like, 60 tracks, and it's so good. It's so good. But yeah, you can get it on Steam as well, which is where I got mine. But if you want to give Danny a little bit more money, and I mean, I think it costs like $1 more on his Bandcamp page, but he makes more money off of it there. So I like support the actual person themselves too. I mean, like, it's still cool to support Steam, don't misunderstand me, but Danny's effing awesome. So I'd rather give him the money. What's up, Sean? How you doing? Excuse me. Sorry about that. And no, Gamer, all the previews are all kind of screwed up still. So that was actually from last night. That preview you saw was last night. So again, here we go on round 2 of heat number 1, or heat number 2 of race number 1. Boy, I can't talk. First item we saw was MagicD250 grabbing the Game Kid. Basically, that will turn you into Pac-Man, heal you while you eat enemies, and obviously eat enemies for damage. Ugh, holy water for Thefatshuffler. I see a reset incoming, and indeed I do. So Shuffler's going to reset right at the beginning here. Again, that's just like eating a death. Resetting, you hold down R for a couple of seconds, that'll auto-reset you. So again, that's it's one of those things basically where if you don't like what items you're getting and you think you can still make up the time, feel free to reset, because you could just walk into enemies and die. It'd be the same thing. Yeah, $1? Do you think I'm a millionaire, man? What's up, Donnie? How you doing? I'm doing great, thank you very much. Yeah, the whole E-water. I see what you did there. Alright, so some breakfast for health. Oh, wow. So again, let me show you what just happened here. Again, because Thefatshuffler came across Dr. Fetus, and yeah, he's pissed right now, I can tell. I guarantee you he's pissed right now. He actually got to reroll Dr. Fetus. It turned into a terrible item in the beggar, so he reset again. But there are outlawed items in this league, which are technically the D6, Dr. Fetus, Epic Fetus, the Bible, the Shovel, and Ipecac. Those are all outlawed. Those are the only time you can use your D6. So Shuffler rerolled his Dr. Fetus that he just found, turned it into Bum Friend, and didn't want it and reset. So again, that is perfectly legal, what you saw Thefatshuffler do right there. On that note, we got MagicD250 has found his second boss fight. Ooh, Cupid Zero for piercing shots for Thefatshuffler is his new first item. Yeah, that's correct. It's one of the few outlawed items. We've only got 5. It's outlawed items. You were close. Add items to that. Anyways, but there you go. The Bible, Dr. Fetus, Epic Fetus, the Shovel, and Ipecac are all off limits. You cannot pick those up. Little. We're going to have a second league coming up soon. This one's obviously, like, in week 8 out of 11 at the moment. So basically, like, we're in the regular season of this, and then we got 3 weeks of playoffs after that. So we got about 2 months left of this, give or take. Roid Rage, by the way, for range and... crap, I forgot the other one. Is it range and speed up on Roid Rage? Against, yeah, it is. Anywho, for the second league, though, we'll get information coming up by playoff time. I'll have all sorts of information as far as, like, where to sign up or where to get your name on the waiting list, basically. So this one basically is full, and, you know, nothing can be done about that. Ooh, Demon Baby for Thefatshuffler. Very nice follower. But the second one will be, there's going to be a lot more people in it, so it's going to be wide open for damn near everybody. Yep, basically just need to sign up when it starts. And then we'll do monthly public races as well, so if you just want to be in, you know, like a once-a-month best of 16 type of thing that we do in the span of one night, then we also have those available, which I'll get information for that. I was going to do it today, and I didn't have time, guys. So I'll try to get that up as soon as I can, but we'll have signups for February relatively soon for that as well. So definitely a few chances, but the second league's probably going to be 32 people deep. So it's definitely going to get a lot bigger. A lot more people are going to get in. So by all means, we will definitely get that sign up and all the information for it out there as soon as I can, and let people know like when it's going to be, what to expect, and see if you guys are up for it still. And if you are, we'll let you sign right on up. Yeah, I know. I'm kind of surprised Thefatshuffler didn't take Brimstone. Mind you, with piercing shots, you know, Brimstone kind of pierces anyway, so it kind of really doesn't matter. But maybe he's trying to build a piercing shots build. I don't know. I mean, to each their own. Maybe he doesn't like Brimstone that much. Some people don't want to spend the hearts. He did take the poop, though. So there's some range up for MagicD250 as he takes out his Basement 2 boss, and he'll move on to Caves as well as Thefatshuffler. So again, even with those resets, Shuffler technically is ahead by about 2 to 3 rooms at this point, because Magic just found his spot, or his item room. Yeah, it would have taken 2 of his 4 red hearts, so it's kind of a risk at that point. Sometimes you want to keep the health, sometimes it's just like, ooh, I see an item I'm taking. Don't even care. So Magic's going to need to find some keys before he gets into that item room. Oh, awesome. Yeah, absolutely. Practice on up, folks, because, I mean, like, it's not going to be that much for requirement-wise. I mean, it's really not. Basically, just be able to stream. You know, like, I have to recapture streams just like you see here. So that's one of the big things. A lot of people always keep asking, like, well, can't I just record it and give it to you? Absolutely not. That's a live head-to-head race, so yeah, no. These are always live and head-to-head. It's not going to be on, you know, recorded like, oh, I did a 20-minute run, I'm going to submit that one for this week. No, no, no. Doesn't work that way. But yeah, basically, we'll, like I said, we're going to push it about, like, 32 people deep, so it's going to get crazy. We'll definitely need a lot of people for it. Dude, GQ, you're better at this game than you think you are, dude. Like, I don't know if, like, people are telling you that you're bad or something, but you're totally not. You're a lot better than I was when I started, I can tell you that much. And like I said, I died 98 times before I ever got a win. So, you know, enough said. Like, I was terrible at first. That took me forever to get some of these patterns down. Like, absolutely forever. So the fact that there's, you know, people out there that put in less time and are way better at that tells me how bad I am. But, you know, nonetheless, like, I mean, it's... God, you watch some people on here, and God, I will never be as good as some folks here. Like Cobalt. Like, I don't know how the hell you dodge like you do, dude. I seriously don't know how the hell you see shots and just like, okay, I can see every pattern on screen. No problem, I'll just stand right here. And case in point, there are some crazy good people out here. Yeah, see, Mr. Botox, like, that's exactly how I felt. That's exactly how I felt. I got 98 deaths before I ever got a mom kill, and then when I did, it was just like, I ran laps around my apartment, like, I actually did it! Cobalt cheats by using Falcor. What's up, Gamma Rays? What's up, Play Monkey? How you two doing tonight? So again, welcome in. We're in the first of 4 total races. Again, they're all best of 3s for anybody wondering. So as you can see, the scores down at the bottom. We got MagicD250 on the right, leading 1-0 right now in the first best of 3. So Thefatshuffler looking to even this up. Oh, he probably may not have wanted to do that. Wow. Trying to evade that troll bomb, Thefatshuffler actually just picked up the dead cat for 9 lives and 1 heart per 9 lives. He may not have wanted that. That may have been an accidental pickup. I'm not 100% sure, but I'm gonna call that an accidental pickup on the part of Thefatshuffler. I do not think he wanted that. Angie, how you doing? And yes, you did. I actually remember that. You're like, you're never gonna believe it. Yeah. Nope, Frag's not in the league. He doesn't want to do any competitive. Yeah, right. Why? Por qué? Anyways, but no, Frag's not in the league. He doesn't want to play competitively. He just wants to play this for fun at this point. Oh, that first of 9 deaths. Oh, man, and it trolled him into using his key on the store. Man, this game is just being brutal to Thefatshuffler right now. It just trolled him into using his only key when it respawned him. Wow. That is just wrong of this game. Like, that is a straight-up por qué moment. Oh, man. Just this game, I tell you, it finds new ways to troll you every day, and you can't help but laugh at it, especially if you're the person it's happening to. Yeah, it's scumbag game is being a scumbag. Oh, man. You gotta love when stuff like that happens. Well, especially if it's not you. If it's you, you're cussing, but quite honestly, you have to laugh. Yeah, single tear. It'll be okay, Mara. It'll be okay. Hold me. Oh, I love it. So anyways, for those that don't know, the dead cat that Thefatshuffler picked up gives him 9 lives. But as you notice, he had 4 red hearts. It dropped him down to 1. So every time he dies, same thing. No matter how many hearts you have before you die, it will drop you back to 1. But you do get 9 lives, so it'll respawn you 9 times should that happen. Yeah, manly tears have been shed. Alright, so Magic's moving on to his Caves 1 boss. Gets Chubb, is it? Very nice find. So he'll be trying to rip through these pieces. By the way, for those that don't know, all 3 pieces that you see of the boss and Magic is fighting are actually each individually damageable. Individually damageable. Yeah, I said that right. So you can damage each part of that particular boss. So if you had Thefatshuffler's build with piercing shots, and you stood at a perfect angle to this boss, you could hit him 3 times for every shot. So kind of like that glitch with the original Mega Man where you just paused it and had the electricity go through the Cyclops guy. Same theory, except you don't have to pause. Alright, a little more health up for Magic, and he'll move on to Caves 2. So again, now trying to catch up to Thefatshuffler, who is on his Caves 2 boss and just about done with his floor here. Though we'll see if he winds up maybe with an item box. Ooh, or damage up. Don't think he's going to argue that. He might have wanted some health, but that damage will be nice. What he will do is take that second piece of Guppy by taking Guppy's head. You notice he has no health right now. Technically speaking, if he gets touched, he's dead. So keep that in mind, but he did pick up a second piece of Guppy for absolutely almost no cost to him. So if he gets 1 more piece of Guppy on this run, he'll actually be a full-on Guppy cat for each of his lives, and believe me, that is overpowered. So he is working his way towards something pretty nice right now if he could actually pull that off. Do you put on your commentator voice? No, this is just my normal voice. This happens every now and then, so basically if you overspend your hearts in the Devil Room, you can do this to yourself. It's really kind of weird. They're kind of few and far between, but yeah, it's basically if he gets hit, he loses 1 of his lives. So that's all that matters. So basically he's at like -1 health. So even if he picks up a health up right now, it probably still won't show. It'll get him to 0 health. So it still won't show even if he picks up health at this point. He would actually be better off to die, respawn on his 7th life, and then have that heart back, because that would actually do him more justice than this would. But he's going to go as far as he can before he dies. By the way, 2 golden poops in 1 room. Wow. Second time in 2 races that we've seen that, by the way. Because we saw that, I believe we saw that in the finals last night, if I'm not mistaken. But yeah, that's not as rare as it used to be, amazingly enough. So of course, one of them's a counterfeit penny, the other one's full of money. Whoa. Nice dodging there by Thefatshuffler. Not that one, though. So he'll respawn here. You'll see his heart comes back to him. Again, each life that you get with Guppy's head, you wind up getting 1 heart. So no matter what, even if you were in the negatives, even if you were at 16 hearts the last time, you're still going to respawn with 1. So keep that in mind. So like I said, that actually benefits him now. He can actually get hit twice before he respawns again. Ooh, who do I think is going to be in the finals as of right now? It's kind of a tough call because it really depends on who wins out of, well, even at that point, it depends on who wins out of Cobalt Streak and Awaken Smoke 2 weeks from now as to who actually is going to be, like, in place to be in first and therefore get, like, quote-unquote home field advantage and get to choose stuff. But basically, like, that division right now is coming down to those two. In the playoffs, anything can happen, though, because it's almost definitely going to be those two and somebody else from the division. So that other person, like, keep in mind, Thefatshuffler is the only person to hand Cobalt a defeat in matches whatsoever. Cobalt still won the night 2-1, but Mara still had the only time that Cobalt's been beaten here. Now, Awaken Smoke's also beaten Cobalt Streak, but that was in the monthly races. So keep that in mind. Actually, Awaken beat Cobalt and Look at My Chicken in the same round, believe it or not. So it can happen, believe me. Anybody can beat anybody. Nothing is, you know, like, guaranteed, like, oh, Cobalt's racing, he wins. Not even guaranteed, amazingly enough. So it could be anybody, honestly. Like, it's I can't even tell who's going to be in the playoffs other than basically 3 people are in guaranteed right now. So that's Wolf, Cobalt, and Wolf has definitely locked up his playoff spot. Cobalt and Awaken are very close to doing so. They haven't gotten in yet, but they're almost guaranteed. So again, with those piercing shots, Thefatshuffler doesn't even care that he's got the mask this time. So as you can see, he can just go straight on at this mask and doesn't matter with piercing shots, because he'll still do damage. Gotta love that. So this is almost like payback for having to fight him last time. Because if you fight this mask with piercing shots, it's over. It's a joke. Wow, still no health up for Thefatshuffler. He gets the Magic 8 Ball for shot speed up. And now he gets Krampus to fight with 1 heart again. Oh, so fun. So this will be a lump of coal for Mara, so at least it's a free item should he win the fight. But nonetheless, ooh, Skatole showing up for Magic. Will he win it? No such luck. Oh! Down goes Shuffler, and no Devil Deal again, so he will not get a second chance at Krampus here. So he'll be moving on to Depths 2 first. Everybody keeps saying that now, Ducat. It's kind of funny. Like, at some point, you're going to get coaxed into a GQ. Almost guarantee at some point it'll happen. Keep in mind, if you sign up, there's no guarantee that you're even going to be in it, too. So, wow! Shuffler gets Polyphemus out of a beggar. Holy Moses. That's kind of a rare one. So, Polyphemus with piercing shots as well. Ay, 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 ay. Hello, damage build. My goodness. Alright, so this is definitely going to get interesting, folks. Especially against these enemies. Mara's just going to rip through these. Case in point. God, I love piercing shots. Such a great item. Yeah, glass cannon mode achieved. Uh-oh. Speaking of glass cannon mode, down to half a heart. Has to be really careful about dodging here, especially the blood on the floor from the brains. So again, keep in mind, he's still got 5 lives left, so it's not the end of the world should he actually eat a death. I would actually go into that library that Thefatshuffler just found. He may still do it, but he was going back for the heal if nothing else first. Because there's a good chance that he's either going to find the Book of Revelations or Book of Shadows, if not both in here. He may want to keep that Book of Belial, but yeah, well, there's a Revelations. At least he gets a heart out of it. So there's a soul heart incoming. Now he's got a choice to make, though. Do you take that time and a half damage multiplier, which he did with Book of Belial, or do you take that every 6 rooms getting a soul heart? Because especially with Guppy's tail, or with Guppy's head, or with the dead cat, I should say. I just went through 3 cat items. Third one was correct. With the dead cat is what I meant to say. I don't know. That's a tough call. What's up, Vape? How you doing, man? How do you get to be full-on Guppy? You have to pick up 3 pieces of the cat throughout your run. So either the dead cat, Guppy's head, Guppy's tail, or Guppy's paw. Any combination of those 3 will turn you into the full-on cat. Gives you flying. Basically, as you shoot tiers, it'll, like, if not half, more of them will actually wind up being friends till the end flies. So you're incredibly overpowered. It's just like non-stop spam of flies. Yep, got a link to both of their channels coming up right now. If it goes there, there we go. That game fetch link will get you into both of their channels very easily, side by side. Just be sure to mute one because they are on a Skype call, so you'll hear double otherwise. Let's see, Shuffler's still working his way on through this challenge room. Mind you, with that health up, he ain't gonna argue. Well worth it. Well, blood challenge room, I should say. So again, to get into these blood challenge rooms, the bloody sword rooms, you have to have 1 red heart or less. So if, in Thefatshuffler's case, he was very much okay to get in there. Again, if you're the blue baby, you can always get into them. A little more health up with a soul heart. Very nice finds for Thefatshuffler. He's breathing slightly easier right now. Take that little bit of a heal, a couple extra bombs, and he'll be moving on looking forward and finding his item room. So again, kind of flying on through here right now is Thefatshuffler. Even after those couple of resets, has got a pretty, not insurmountable lead, but a pretty darn good lead at the moment on MagicD250. Finding a quarter in his item room, not what you're looking for. And he's going to skip over with no key, going to skip over going into his store here, even though he does have the money. Chance, though, ooh, and he actually got it, so he found his secret room. Well, Dad's key's interesting, though not exactly what you're looking for. He's going to save the bomb to use Dad's key. Thinking that that will get you in there, which it totally won't. Now he's going to have to waste 2 bombs. But he can bomb into his store here from the side. And will do so. Magic spawning tons of these floating bombs as he takes out pieces of the hollow here. And of course, Thefatshuffler having no luck in finding greed in the last store possible. Does that ever fail? Right after it gives you money, like, oh, go into your store, you totally want to. Oh, it's greed. Ha 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 ha. Dad's key, like, you use while you're fighting a boss, you have a chance that it'll actually, like, you'll hear the sound of either a god room or a devil room open up. So it'll have a chance to kind of, like, force spawn one. Other than that, I don't really honestly know what it's good for. Yeah, greed always shows up at the worst possible times. Oh, that's a bad spot to be in for Mara. Alright, more range up for Magic as he moves on to Depths 1. So again, he's playing a little bit of catch-up here, but does have a 1-0 lead. We do a best of 3, so Thefatshuffler looking to even this up at 1. And here we go with a loading screen error on MagicD250's side. So he's going to wait this out. Chances are he'll wind up with a Depths XL. Although with the Depths, it usually winds up not being an XL floor. It just winds up glitching on here. So we'll see what happens. Ooh, 2 of diamonds will double up Thefatshuffler's money, so now he's at 82 cents. Wow. And a dime coming out of that along with a bunch of extra money. He's now at 98 legit cents. He hasn't picked up a dollar, but has almost a complete dollar. Dear God. Oh, have you seen this? Yeah, I have seen message deleted. Amazing how that works. By the way, Otaku, there's a spam link for you. Alright, so Blue Mom, just about done already for Thefatshuffler. Excuse me. Oh, well, if you think you can do better, Vexter, feel free. Balls up and do it. Otherwise, I probably wouldn't talk shit about people that are probably better at this game than you. Just gonna point that out. And again, guys, like, you know, trying to flap your dick on the internet does nothing but make you look like you're flapping your dick on the internet, which nobody wants to see. Basically, man up and do it, or don't talk shit. It's that easy. Because if you think you're better, prove it. Otherwise, nobody's going to believe you. It's the wonderful things about the internet. What's up, Maybe? How you doing? So yet another beggar. God knows Amara's got more than enough money for this. Let's see what he winds up with, because he hasn't had good luck with this already. He got Polyphemus earlier off of one of these beggars, so let's see what he gets. Christina. Ooh, the dead bird. Wow. Interesting. Ugh. Well, Stars card ported Thefatshuffler into a challenge room, which meh, he's going to say no thanks to, because in the womb you do not want to do that. So the dead bird, as you get hit, will actually pop out and start doing damage for you. If it ever gets smart enough to follow the enemy, which there it goes, it finally did for Thefatshuffler. That thing is really hit and miss sometimes. Like, sometimes it'll go after your enemies and just do mass damage for you. Sometimes it'll stay on the room right next to you and just stand there looking stupid. So definitely not what Shuffler was hoping for, but after getting Polyphemus off of one of the other beggars, I don't think he's going to complain. I really don't think he'll, complain about that one. Sorry for the hiccup there. And of course, that's going to keep happening now. I hate hiccups. Have I mentioned that? Ooh, Headless Horseman for Thefatshuffler's first womb fight. So again, with this huge damage up that he's got, is just rocking these enemies. Dear Lord, that damage. Wow. Why don't I ever get builds like this? I want damage on my tiers like that just once. Without using the D6, that is. Using the D6, you can pull this off, but... So, Thefatshuffler gets that pony for flying, which he's probably gonna say no to in theory. Oh, man. Yeah, now he's almost definitely going to the Pact for Thefatshuffler. So again, damage up and tiers up. So you see fires at a little bit faster rate. He is gonna pass on the pony and take his Book of Revelations with him. So trying to spawn more soul hearts than anything else. Really, that's actually saved a few of your runs, GQ. I don't know that I've ever utilized the dead bird enough to say that. I really don't. Like, I tend not to like to get hit, obviously, but... Like, if I do, like, if you're going through the last two bosses, the chest and the cathedral bosses, you do not want that dead bird showing up. That thing will haunt your dreams. That will make your life just an absolute miserable living hell. Like, I've had such bad fights because of that bird. You just basically let the bird do everything. It makes sense, though, honestly. I can't fault you for it, GQ. At all. I mean, like, if you get a room where it actually makes sense, you might as well. And speaking of rooms that make sense, we got Mom's Heart already on the left for Thefatshuffler. So even after all the constant resets at the beginning for his bad items, he is actually the first, and by a quite hefty margin, to get to Mom's Heart, because Magic is back on Depths 1 still at this point. But again, with huge damage up, about 4 hearts right now, though he does have 5 extra lives. Mind you, at 1 heart apiece. Thefatshuffler's looking pretty good right now, because he is ripping the damage through on this boss. My god, especially with the piercing shots, because these knights go way faster now. What's up, Ray? How you doing tonight? So again, welcome in, folks. We're in the first of 4 total races here. Each are a best of 3. This one looks like it is just about to get evened up at 1 apiece. So we'll be forcing a Game 3 momentarily in the first of the 4 matchups, but we still have 3 awesome matchups coming up right after these. And on that note, like I said, Thefatshuffler taking out Mom's Heart. That will even things up here at 1 apiece, so great race on that one, Shuffler. That was a ridiculous build, let alone comeback. I mean, with the resets in there, technically you were behind at the beginning and proceeded to just bomb past Magic for the rest of that. So that was a ridiculously good race, Mara. So again, I call Thefatshuffler Mara. Again, sorry about that. I know that gets confusing. But nonetheless, we have evened things up at 1 apiece here tonight. So again, we will reset both racers, as you can see. We're going to take a real quick 1-minute commercial break, guys, and we'll be right back. Again, thank you for all the support, guys. We'll get you all the links for the standings and getting into both channels momentarily. Yes, that's right. Breathe deep, sir. Breathe that victory air. But we'll be right back, guys. Give me about a minute, and we'll get round 3 rolling. We'll see who the victor of tonight's first race is. So be right back, guys. Alrighty, looks like we are clear and good to go for round 3. So again, I totally forgot to link the other stuff, and I'm being stupid. Game Fetch. There we go. That link will get you into both racers' channels. Excuse me, sorry about that. Lemonade. Whew. Lemony. Anyway, so that'll get you into both racers' channels, and this will get you all the updated stats. Again, I will update that after each of the races tonight, but that'll get you all the league standings and the stats and the schedules. So again, I update that as soon as I know any of it that is going on. So definitely want to bookmark that. Again, soon we will have a legitimate website for this. So again, bear with the really horribly put together Google Docs link for now. Again, I will have a legitimate website very soon for all this and make it a lot easier. Dat GIF. Everyday shuffling. Gotta love it. Wow, man, still lemonade. Jeez. Anyway, so we're just about to start up heat number 3 of the first race tonight. Again, we do a best of 3 through Mom's Heart, the Womb 2. Again, we got Thefatshuffler on the left, just won the last matchup to even things up at 1 apiece versus his opponent, MagicD250, on the right. Again, both racers are 4-2. Both racers are in the same division, as you can see by that Google Docs link. And both are definitely fighting for some playoff positioning, because this would push one of them into the playoff positioning. So again, very, very important for both racers at the moment to get through this. And again, we are off here, so good luck to both racers, both looking to win the night 2-1 here and move up to 5-2 on the year. The loser, well, the non-victor, let's not call them losers, will fall to 4-3 on the year and be just outside of playoff positioning. But with 3 weeks to go, still lots of time left, and anybody can get in. Anybody can get in. Yeah, Vampire Heals is the first item for Magic. He'll say no thanks, reroll, get an XL floor, reset again, and he'll try with this Basement 1. So again, we saw Thefatshuffler do that last time, and it worked out to his advantage, even though he got trolled with that Guppy pickup. And now the game's making up for Shuffler's Guppy pickup last time. He gets Max's head, so huge damage up on these tiers. So as you can see, he's already doing ridiculously good damage against his first boss, Gemini. Exactly, it's not about getting the silver, it's all about getting the gold. Yeah, the hotkey to reset your game is holding down the R button for a couple seconds. Alright, it's a doggy head. That'd be kind of funny. All of a sudden it like turns into Frank or Z one day. Like, what the fuck? No problem at all. That one took me forever to figure out. I forgot who it was that I saw reset the one day and just went, wait a minute. You don't have to be in the pause menu to do that? Like, that took me forever to even think about trying. Like, I tried other buttons, never hit R. Don't know why. Reset, R. Yeah, why would you hit that button? You know, like, I never did the math. So, like, I tried everything else, too. It's so stupid. Like, there's got to be a quick reset. Q? No, that's one of my buttons. Like, I literally could not figure it out. Like, never hit R. Don't know why. Wow, speaking of that damage, small rock for Thefatshuffler, so 2 more damage up, 1 speed down, but look at his tiers already. My god, we're on Basement 2, and Shuffler's already got a ridiculous damage build going. All he needs is a little bit of speed up to compensate for what he just lost, maybe a key to get into that item room. Ooh, speaking of damage builds, Magic with Quad Shot on the right. He's going to take that left-hand trinket. That will have more, or all chests now at this point will be red chests or lock chests, if I'm not mistaken. But wow, this is going to be an interesting final matchup here, guys. We got some side-by-side damage builds going here. Oh, and the tiers up on the rock. I always forget about that. Thank you, Shanks. I always forget about the tiers up. So it's 2 damage up, 1 tiers up, and 1 speed down on that small rock. I always forget that extra one. Playoffs? Playoffs? Like, if we're just going to keep going through awesome sporting quotes. That is a good one, Otaku. If winning isn't everything, why do they keep score? Anyone? Anyone? If you know that, you win Otaku's eternal love, if that means anything to you. I mean, he is a Red Wing fan, so, you know, take it or leave it, but... Yeah, the Blackhawks did play. We won earlier. So just to rub it into to Otaku again, we're in first place. We beat the defending Stanley Cup champions. What have you done today? Yeah, time's up because people are Googling it at this point. Hey, what's up, Timmy? How you doing? So again, I didn't call, but Magic got super bandage as his first boss item. So as you can see, he's wearing that oh so lovely bandage on his head. But got a few soul hearts out of it as well. Ow. God. Oh, and health up for that matter. I keep forgetting that part. Yeah, don't talk about playoffs. Playoffs. Gotta love that Jim Mora quote. I still remember seeing that, like, basically live, because I was watching the press conferences that day for some stupid reason, and just watching that reaction, I was on the floor laughing like, oh man, that's going down in history. That's gonna be requoted many a time. And lo and behold, kind of like that, they are who we thought they were, and we let them do it. Yeah, practice? We talking about practice? It's funny how similar those two sound. Hopefully the stream didn't crash for a second. I dropped a shitload of frames. Nope, looks like we're good. Okay, cool. Anyways, back to that. Shuffler got some tears up, thankfully, which he not desperately needed, but man, with that damage that he's got rocking, look at his tear rate right now. That is more DPS and definitely not a bad thing. Yeah, I dropped a bunch of frames for a second, so I had to check myself there too, but I saw the chat moving like, uh-oh, did the stream drop for a quick second? Like, oh crap, did it? But no, it looks like we're good. Gee, what was that command, Christina? I can't hear you. Uh-oh, check this out. Here's Kamikaze. So after we've learned all the tricks of it last night, Magic's gonna say no thanks to it. Maybe he didn't learn said trick, or maybe he just wants the Anarchist Cookbook, being that he only has the one bomb. We'll have to see how he utilizes this, because against bosses, the Anarchist Cookbook is actually very useful. And there's all wings for you. Again, thank you guys for that. Ooh, very nice. The 2-for-1 for Magic on the right. So as you see, all the chests are becoming red chests for him. That's the left-hand effect. Ooh, very nice. Found Balls of Steel pill. Yeah, it basically must have just kicked off for a quick second or something. It does that to me every now and then, Evil. As long as it's good, though. As long as it's good now, we're all golden. So let's see, Shuffler finding his boss fight. We'll fight the Hollow before anything else here. And like I was saying about... wow. Okay, well, it actually worked out halfway decently for Magic, but like I was saying about the Anarchist Cookbook being useful, I was about to give it crap for not being anywhere near Steven on this. But Magic walked him right on into some of that damage. He took a little bit himself, but for the half damage that the boss took, that was very well worth it in my opinion. That's well worth a half-hearted damage that he took. Especially with the build he has going right now. So there's little Steve for Magic, so he gets a follower with some homing shots. Oh yeah, I haven't updated that GFS link in for freaking ever. They got really good deals, but those are probably misquoted prices right now. So bear with that for a quick second. It looks like Ducat might be updating it. I also got to get that linked in my new channel layout too. So that's one thing that's missing. Thank you, sir. Alright, some more money again for Shuffler, because he picked up like $1 plus in the last run. He's still picking up money here, too. Good lord. Ooh, that sounds phenomenal, Yusugi. Oh. In fact, that sounds really good right about now. And I had chicken earlier, but that still sounds good. Ooh, more health up for Magic, so very nice find for a Caves 1 item room. So that Balls on Chin Heart, as we like to refer to it. Wow, very nice by Shuffler. Very nice move by the Troll Bomb there by Shuffler. So he'll get on to his next room. And Magic's already found his Caves 1 boss, so let's see who he gets. Ooh, Gertie. This will definitely be a, yep, I was going to say, this will definitely be a moment for that Anarchist Cookbook. Ooh, very nice spawns on the bombs, too. So that did very nice damage to the pistols on the side. So you can never argue getting rid of those as quickly as possible. Because you can, yeah, if you want to, Otaku, because I'll forget. I'll completely forget, so yeah, if you want to, by all means. Because because that link from the old one should still be the exact same one that would work there, I would think. If not, I'll have to dig it up for you real quick. But there's Gertie down for Magic. Ooh, a God Room and some health up for him. So lots of health up and a free item coming. Ooh, and the Miter for that matter. So now a 50% chance that Magic's red heart spawns actually become soul hearts. So that'll be another nice way of getting a lot of health up on this run. Very nice. And yeah, both racers are 4 and 2 right now. So being that they are tied at 1, this race will determine who goes to 5 and 2, has playoff positioning, and who's at 4 and 3 on the outside looking in at the moment. Good question. How much do I think the races depend on luck? In that particular case that you just saw Shuffler dying to, a lot. Because it really does... Man, how do I want to say this? I want to say a lot, but I don't want to say, like, you know, an immense portion is luck. But as you can see, like, a lot of it is just the room layout and what enemies you face. And for that matter, which one of the 200 items you see. So a lot of it is luck, but a lot of it is skill too. So I'd almost go so far as to say 50-50. Almost. But I don't know that I'd put that much emphasis on luck, even so. Like, I mean, there's a lot that has to do with it, but you can make do in any room, you know what I mean? It's just the items are really the lucky part. Yeah, like 60-40 might be good. Thank you, Otaku. Thank you very much, man. Because, yeah, I keep spacing on that, and it just keeps occurring to me every time I see somebody link the Games Fan Shop thing, that, like, I should really add that in. I keep spacing on it. Oh, if you're evil, if you don't happen to know, there's a few people on Twitch that actually do speedrun Final Fantasy VIII. First one that comes to mind, because I was watching him do it last night, is Karkarn. What is it? VI at the end of it. Can never think of how to spell his username correctly, but if somebody links him up, I'm sure somebody in here has watched him. So if somebody wants to link him up, that's a good place for, he does Final Fantasy VIII, 9, and a couple of other games that I can't think of off the top of my head. But that's a good place to check that out. He's usually on almost every night doing one of them. But that's the one I usually check out. Because he's, I don't know if he's just learning it or what, but, like, it's always fun to learn, so. Karkarn. Here, I'll just type it out, it's easier. Because I know how to spell it. Oh, somebody beat me to it. Thank you, Mephisto. Thank you, thank you. So like I said, there's a good place for a bunch of Final Fantasy speedruns. Because I know I saw somebody just asking for it. Oh, excuse me. Thank you, Zeph. Oh, I know, if you guys watched Awesome Games Done Quick, like, the games that they were speedrunning, like, wow, I never would have thought of this, and then watching them do it's just, like, freaking amazing sometimes. Like, some of those games getting sped run are just wacky. Alright, so Magic got a bad trip pill. That actually can turn into a good pill at one point. For those that don't know, pills actually cannot kill you in this game. So if you're down to 1 heart, and you were to take a bad trip pill, which normally would damage you for 1 heart, it will actually turn into a full health pill. So now Magic actually knows what those are. He did have to take that 1 bit of damage to find out, but at least he knows. So technically speaking, should he come across that again, he'll know that he has a full health pill waiting for him. So that's technically not a god-awful thing. It's not the best thing ever, but it's certainly not the worst. Yeah, the 22-minute speedruns of, like, Ocarina at a time, like, man, you can break that game. You can just flat-out break that game. There's some Balls of Steel, so 2 more Soul Hearts for Magic. Ooh, and a health down pill. Man, he's like hitting and missing with these pills. So once again, he knows another one that can't actually kill him should he somehow get down to only the 1 red heart left. Yeah, but it could end your run. Exactly. Perfect timing on that. People speedrun Dishonored, would you please? Wait, what? Perfect timing. That's why I love you guys. Alright, so Magic's looking at his Caves 2. Again, he's got Catacombs 2. That's the expansion version of the floor, but he's looking at his Caves 2 item room. Thefatshuffler getting... well, okay, first off, homing bombs for Magic. There's a Miter again for Thefatshuffler in that God room. So again, 50% chance that red heart spawns actually become blue hearts, the soul hearts. So again, a very nice way to get some easy health up for your runs. Putting Again, making his comeback very quickly here, only the one floor behind Magic. Now, mind you, Magic already has his floor almost completely cleared out, just has his boss fight to go. Figured he checked one time there for that secret room, had no luck finding it. And he gets the variant of the Husk. Interesting. So, moves a little bit quicker, although this is going to work beautifully. Oh, it moved all the other bombs. I was going to say, if they all exploded at the exact same time, that would have actually worked out beautifully and probably would have one-hit killed that boss. And there goes that comeback for Thefatshuffler. Ouch, getting trapped in that corner. Dang. So back to the beginning there. Yeah, he got trolled hard there. Yes, he did. I'm with you 100% on that one, Ducat. Like, I was watching that out the corner of my eye thinking, that wasn't exactly fair, was it? But it happens. As terrible as it is, that does... Yeah, see, here comes the reaction. Fucking game. Yeah, fucking Greedhead's fucking cornering me. Like I said, you gotta love those Greedheads. Like, that is one of the random parts. Again, that's where luck comes into play. So if those Greedheads all jump at you like they just did the Thefatshuffler there, again, like that's just... And again, with what's happening to Magic, there's more luck coming into play for races. So again, it's that really tough, like, where do I break that at, like, 51.49? Ooh, Sad Onion is the first item for Thefatshuffler, so that is basically maxed out tier rate for him. No argument there. But again, with Magic is getting a loading screen error. Basically, he just has to sit there and wait this out, and he'll probably wind up with an XL floor. Usually the case. There's the glitched out loading screen, so he's good to go in a second. But yeah, those Greedheads, man, like, I have such a hard time with those. Always have and probably always will. I have such a terrible time trying to dodge those. With the jumping and just, like, random shots, it just, gets me every time. And amazingly enough, Magic only got an Acropolis 1 here, so he got a tougher version of Depths. But from what I can tell, that's not an XL floor. He did get Curse of Darkness, though, so we will not be able to see his mini-map here. There's a game fetch link for you. Sorry about the delay on that. This is still the very first race of the night, so you've missed the first two heats of this. We are tied up at 1. This is the deciding game 3. But we have 3 more complete races. 3 more best of 3s coming up tonight. So plenty more still to come. If I'm not mistaken, next race is Princess Diana against RTC. Believe I'm right on that. If not, it's Chatia versus Morag, and I can't remember. It's one of the two. Hey, some more tiers up for Thefatshuffler, because he didn't already have maxed out tier rate. Immediately with his second item room. Ooh, and I've seen everything again. Entry into all of his secret rooms, free of charge. So let's see, next race, we've got, like I was saying, I'm pretty sure at least, that it is Princess Diana against RTC. Race after that is Morag versus Chatia, and race finishing it up is Thefatshuffler again versus Full Metal Gambit, if I'm not mistaken. So like I said, we got plenty of races coming up tonight. Oh yeah, Morag's probably still at work. Because they didn't schedule till I think it was like 9 Eastern, so there's still like an hour and a half until Chatia and Morag even scheduled. So, not going to be a problem. I'm sure at this point, with the switch over and everything too, it'll take at least that long to get to them. So, it shouldn't be a problem. So, by the way, there was Guppy's Paw in that item chest. Wow, that was close. For MagicD250, so that will turn one of your red hearts into 3 soul hearts, should you use it. You can use it as many times as you want to, keep in mind. That will instantaneously recharge, so there's like no waiting a room to turn another heart into that. You can just blast through all your red hearts if you wanted to. I know, so many races tonight. And exactly, this ain't over till it's over. We just saw Mara make a huge comeback. That's Thefatshuffler, by the way, for anyone not his old nickname. But anyways, we've seen some huge comebacks already. Heck, we've seen Morag make a good 22-minute comeback against Eddie Ruckus the one time. We've seen some craziness happen. Speaking of which, we gonna get crazy with this? How crazy is Thefatshuffler gonna go? He's thinking. He's thinking about that Brimstone. He's gonna try it. Shuffler's going with the 1-heart run of Brimstone here, so on to Caves 1 with Brimstone, trying to catch up as Thefatshuffler. On the same note, once again, seeing the mask, and mind you, seeing the variant of the mask for that matter, is MagicD250. So he's going to have a very interesting and probably very long fight ahead of him here. This mask just, ugh. But Mara manning up on this one. Going to take that treasure map as well, so very nice. He's going to be able to see the entire floor layout. Very, very nice finds. So with that maxed out tier rate, you see he's got very good charge time. Oof. And Sacrificial Dagger, in case anything gets close to Thefatshuffler, he's going to be able to do damage to it with that orbital. So that's a very nice find after getting Brimstone. So he'll be working his way right on over towards his boss, and again, catching up very quickly here as Magic has got a very long boss fight ahead of him here. Shuffler pause. DQ. See, the good news about Magic's build is with homing bombs, assuming that he gets it close enough at the end there, the bomb will actually home in on the mask. Again, it takes a little bit of doing, though. As you just saw, one of the homing bombs actually didn't quite catch up to it. So, mind you, he has no bombs left at the moment also, so that's another thing you have to kind of watch out for. So again, trying to hit it from the side. No such luck so far for Magic. Even with that quad shot and one homing tier coming in, still no luck. Just a one, there we go, a couple of hits on that one. So again, this is a very, very slow boss fight. There's Cat o' Nine Tails, which is completely useless for Thefatshuffler. He doesn't even care about his Devil Deal, so he's just going to move on along. The random teleport apparently took him right back into the same room he was in. That was kind of a rarity. You barely see that happen. Chances on that one were pretty slim. Unless he had a full card, which I didn't see. Wow. Chest inside a chest inside a chest. I've never seen the triple chestception before. I've seen 2. I've never seen 3, though. Wow. Interesting floor so far for wow. Even more interesting. Time and a half damage on Book of Belial for Thefatshuffler now, too. Dang. Interesting floor. So Magic goes back, grabs that Guppy's Paw like I was talking about. So there's a chance we may see him switch out those red hearts for a bunch of soul hearts. Let's see, he's got, what, 7 reds that would turn into 21 soul hearts plus the 2 he's already got, so he could get 23. Oh, it was a full card? Okay, full card takes you back to the entrance of the floor. Like I was saying, I didn't know if it was a random telepill that he ate or if he had a full card. I didn't even see what it was. So there you see the time and a half damage multiplier for Thefatshuffler by using his Book of Belial. As he rips on through. Wow, is he ripping through this thing. God, the beauty of having the quickest charge time you can possibly get on Brimstone. Another Devil Deal shows up for Thefatshuffler. But with that only 2 hearts after his health up, says no thanks to it. He'll move on to Depths. Wow, gets an XL floor as well. Interesting layout. Will he go for that second item room over to the right? I wonder. At this point, he almost has to in hopes that it's health up, but I wonder if he's going to use that time. MagicD250 is on Depths 2 right now, so he's looking for both his item room and Mom's foot fight. So let's see, it looks like Shuffler is going to bypass that item all the way over to the right and just work his way over towards the boss. Can't say I blame him on this one, quite honestly. That's a lot of extra rooms to have to clear. By the way, Magic did utilize his Guppy's Paw, took basically all but 1 red heart. Can't blame him on that either. So he took basically 20 red hearts, or 18, I should say, red hearts, plus the 2 he had made 20. And he kept the 1 red heart just in case, because that will actually come in kind of handy for him. Hey, what's up, Spartan? How you doing tonight? Yep, think of it like 150% damage. There's Diana's crown getting passed on. Sorry, Diana. Nobody wants to go through 3 rooms of fighting just to get that. Sadly, nobody needs money in Depths 2, so Magic bypassed that. You may need money in Depths 2, let me rephrase. But not that good of a chance that you will. The store is most likely going to be greed, probably 8 times out of 10. So, at least from what I find, I tend not to bother with it. So let's see, Shuffler moving on, gets it right in front of his first item room. We'll see what he winds up with here. Again, that's probably going to be the only one he takes. It looks like he is working towards his 2 boss fights afterwards. Ooh, Mini Mush, speed and range up. Range is pointless, but that speed up is kind of nice, let alone he is a much smaller target right now. Interesting choice. I probably wouldn't have gone quite the way that Thefatshuffler did to do damage to himself there. I would have waited 1 extra room to clear this first, but wow, balls move. Gets into his secret room, or into his blood challenge room, I should say, because he only had the 1 heart left. Picks up Squeezy for Tears Up and those 2 soul hearts. So he actually picks up health up out of this. What's up, Parkour? How you doing? No, Magic's just waiting for some sort of tears up. I mean, it's not that he's slow, it's just look at how slow his tears go. Believe me, that ain't his fault. All that is the fact that he has gotten quad shot, which is like almost like with as slow a shot speed as you can get. Like, he has gotten very little tears up here. So Magic's just basically looking for some way basically to be able to fire quicker. That's the only thing holding him back here, because he's got plenty of health. He just basically needs tears up. Tears up would be a godsend for him. Alright, Shuffler just about done with this blood challenge room. One more. Oh, bad timing on that. I didn't even see Peep getting ready to jump there, but apparently he was. Ooh, Empress card. Very nice. Other very nice finds for Shuffler is he'll be moving basically 2 rooms away from his boss fights here. Excuse me. So he's going to have back-to-back boss fights here. First one will be the Depths 1 boss. Second one will be his mom's foot fight. Oh, but first he's going to go into the store, happen across Greed, and have to take him out really quick. Looks like about a 5-hit fight, though, from the looks of things. And there you have it. Oh boy, so helpful. So there's a Steam sale, which Fat Shuffler's just going to not even care about. He's going to say no thanks. Basically what the Steam sale does is it gives you 50% off guaranteed on any item in the store. Again, he's only got the 1 store left to even worry about, and I don't think he cares too much because he has 29 cents. So he didn't even bother taking the extra couple of seconds to pick that up, and he is 1 room away from his first of 2 boss fights, which he'll be moving on into right now. Again, Magic just found his mom fight, gets base mom, regular mom, I should say. Excuse me, sorry about that. So he's going to be working on basically what will be the next room for Fat Shuffler. So right now, these two are 1 room apart. So this is about as close as we can get right now. Shuffler's made a heck of a comeback here. Yes, you will, Mew. Yes, you will. Basically, all that matters is as long as you beat Mom's Heart with the blue baby, that'll unlock the D6 for you. So that's all that it takes. And Shuffler working in the beautiful pattern there on Monstro 2, takes it out very quickly and is on to his mom fight. So let's see, he gets Red Mom. Always a little bit interesting with Brimstone, but we'll see how this pans out for him. So he uses his Empress card, gets Horror Babylon activated for a nice damage up. Again, you can see the difference. Red Mom basically stomps her foot exceptionally fast over and over again. Regular Mom on the right basically spawns a bunch of enemies, will stomp her foot from time to time, use her eyeballs to shoot at you. But again, the Red Mom, in my opinion, the much easier of the two, so Fat Shuffler lucking out once again on that find. I know, Magic's tears are so slow. Like, he's got to have base stat tear speed. He honestly does. Like, those are so slow. That's one thing Quad Shot does to you. So it's one of those trade-offs you make. It's really nice damage, but oof, sometimes if you don't get tears up, man, that will haunt you for a while. So Fat Shuffler, the first to take out his mom fight. Magic not too far behind, give or take about 15% health left to go. But Shuffler, the first onto the womb, gets a Utero version. It takes that full teleport again. And he is just going to work his way straight on over to the boss. Apparently he doesn't even care about getting into his secret room at all. Oh god, yeah, he did get a Tears Down. You're right, I forgot about that pill he ate. I totally forgot about that one, the Magic ate. So yeah, he did take a Tears Down pill. So there you can see some health up again for Magic. He's going to take the Polaroid with him. He will use both of the red hearts that he has at this point, and be basically, for all intents and purposes, the blue baby. So no more red heart pickups for MagicD250. You can still get health up, don't misunderstand me. But any red heart on the floor will do Magic no good at the moment. So he is only looking for soul hearts. Again, he does have the Miter, so he has a 50% chance that any red heart that will spawn, like what you just saw, will actually be a soul heart. So again, not a bad choice. He does get the 3 soul hearts for the cost of 1 red heart as well. But again, Fat Shuffler, knowing where he's working towards with both the map and the compass, is 1 room away from his Utero 1 boss fight already. Again, that is the Womb one, just the tougher version of it. So Magic is still randomly looking around. We will see if he's lucky enough to come across this boss fight quick. Obviously, he is certainly hoping so. I don't think Magic's died on this run, did he? Yeah, it's just that he's been on base tiers. Like, I think his first item that he picked up was Quad Shot, and it's just been base tiers since. Oh no, Shuffler down to that troll of a boss. God, those homing tiers are just nasty sometimes. Ouch, Conquest, man. That Conquest, what can you say? Just, oh man. That will end so many runs so quickly, and I can tell you right now, Thefatshuffler is probably just cussing up a storm at Conquest, because I sure would be. That was evil. That was straight up an evil way to take a death there. So instead, his first item will be Stigmata. Excuse me, so damage and health up, if I'm not mistaken. But man, that is brutal, especially with where Magic's at and with the amount of health that he's got sitting on that Guppy's Paw, because right now, even with the really slow tiers, oh man, that's just, oh, that was brutal to watch. Conquest is just nasty. But again, even with the base stat tier speed for MagicD250 on the right, he is looking like he's sitting pretty at this point. Yeah, the game has just been nasty to Shuffler today. It wasted that one key after, well, okay, let's start this off the right way. It basically walked him into a chest that gave him the dead cat on the last run. Now, mind you, he won, but even so, it walked him into the dead cat, got rid of 3 of his red hearts, proceeded to, after he died the first time, spawn him in front of his store and use up the 1 key he had while he was on his way to his item room. So, like, just to be extra evil, it used up his last key after walking him into the dead cat. So, like, it's just being evil to him tonight. That Conquest was evil, getting trolled into the corner by the greed heads. It has those nights, folks. It really does. So at this point, like I said, Magic is sitting kind of pretty. He's got Soul Hearts going off the screen at the moment. So again, Soul Hearts will actually add up off the screen. The Red Hearts, technically speaking, will not. You can cap out at 12 of them in one run. Now, the other interesting thing about that is, let's say that you pick up a 13th, 14th, 15th, 16th, you know, whatever, all the way up to an infinite amount of Red Hearts. Let's say that you get the dead cat that Thefatshuffler got last run. That will actually count. Once you die, it'll actually spawn you with all those hearts extra from counting over 12. So like 13 through however many extra hearts you've picked up. All of those will actually show up on your first life with the cat. So that's one way to look at it, is technically it does count them, it just won't give them to you right away. So they will be there, and you can also use them in devil deals. So even if you don't see them, like you'll notice that if you, let's say, spend 2 hearts in a devil deal and you're like, why didn't that actually spend any of my red hearts? It's because you actually have more than 12. So it's using the excess, basically. Yep. The other trick that you saw with Magic, the reason that he used the last of his 2 red hearts to get the soul hearts on this particular case and become the blue baby, is that every time he takes damage, you can see the Polaroids activating and giving him 5 seconds of damage shield. So technically speaking, Magic can take damage and then walk into enemies and make sure that he can do damage to them. So not a bad move on his part, honestly. That's actually one of the smartest things you can do at that point. Once you get the Polaroid is, if you can be, for all intents and purposes, the blue baby, you might as well be. And Shuffler looking at both the God Room and some range up. Let's see what he gets in that God Room. Yeah, Guardian Angel, that's the first time we've seen you tonight, so that is a double speed orbital that'll make any other orbital you get do the same. It'll spin around you at double speed alongside of it. Oof, nice dodge by Magic on that one. Dang. Incredible dodge on that. I would have gotten hit by both of those shots, quite honestly. Kitsu. I may have called that, you know, I'm just saying. So there's another Justice card. You see it'll spawn 1 of everything. 1 bomb, 1 key, 1 coin, and one... I forgot the other part. Usually, like, it can spawn in a trinket, things like that. Like, it's gotten odd to me. It's gotten very odd with the things that it spawned. Like, it's been kind of like the item box, almost like glitched out sometimes. Which makes no sense, because that's only supposed to be, what, a key, a coin, a bomb, and a heart, I think? But I've actually had it also give me a, like the item box, I've had it also give me the trinket in there, like, huh, okay. Well, I'll take that because it's an awesome trinket, but why did I get that? And yeah, we're in the first of the 4 races tonight, so this is one, looks like it's just about to finish up, because Magic has found his Womb 2 fight. So he is looking at what would be the ender of the race here. So he's looking to take this matchup 2-1. And another Troll Bomb he'll say no thanks to. So here we go with the It Lives fight for Magic on the right. Again, with the deaths that Thefatshuffler right there got him, that trolled him hard, but nonetheless, that put Magic into a pretty nice sitting position here. So even with those base stat tiers, because, man, those are slow. But he is still the first onto his mom's hard fight again here. So, again, in this best of 3, Magic looking to take the night 2-1. Again, we have 3 more full-on best of 3 races coming up after this. So this is not the end of the night by any means. But next we got Princess Diana against RTC, if I'm not mistaken. So stay tuned for that, because we'll have that immediately following this. Yeah, he's skipping double bombs because he's behind and he needs to win this race. So, of course, he's skipping stuff. He's skipping rooms, too. Like, that's the whole thing, guys. We're racing. We're not trying to clear 100% of the rooms and get, like, the most overpowered run ever. What you're trying to do is get through the mom's hard fight first. So you got to remember, like, bombs don't necessarily matter when you're 6 floors behind. When you're 6 floors behind, time matters. So you got to play it smart as far as that goes. Yeah, exactly. That's why it's taken Magic so long, is that he's been at base stats on the tiers since, what, floor 2, and he took that tier down? I literally think it's been since the 2nd floor. So yeah, I think you're right. What's up, Fox? How you doing? No, I didn't get the sign-ups yet. Got a little bit busy when I found out we were going to have 4 races tonight, so I had to get shit taken care of earlier today, which I still didn't get a chance to do. But basically, when I woke up, I had to eat as quickly as I could to actually get ready for this. Because I was expecting 2 races today. We wound up with 4. What's up, Drop? Yeah, just ask Morag about catching up. 22 minutes behind, he's still caught up. So it can be done, believe me. I've seen some craziness happen just in this league. Like, races are never over until they're over. As weird as that sounds, like, I mean, keep in mind, like, Flash can glitch out on you and start walking you in random directions. In case in point, like, again, Thefatshuffler building a pretty nice looking run here. But again, case in point, like, your Flash, you know, might glitch out on you. May walk you directly into damage and do that last bit of heart, you know, or that last heart worth of damage that you had. Something like that. I mean, we've seen craziness happen, so you never know. Oh, Taco, it's going to be freaking hilarious, dude. I can't wait. I cannot wait for that. We're going to have some fun times reading that. By the way, the signups next month have ways to tell if you've actually read the rules or not. Just going to put that out there. They're subtle, but they have ways. There are ways. But yeah, at this point, it's pretty much a matter of time. Like, I'm in complete agreement with that. This one, basically, we're just waiting on Magic to get through this fight. Which, again, he is at 1 stat on his tier rate. So actually, I should, if Magic can hear me, I should have you pause this right afterwards. So we can see that, because you have to be at base tier rate. Like, he has to be. That is so slow. So after getting 1 tier rate down and never getting another tier rate up, I believe he is at 1 tier rate. So that's what's taken so long here. But basically, that's the only thing stopping this race at the moment, is that Magic has such a slow tier speed. Literally about the only thing holding us up. But this one is pretty much over for all intents and purposes, because Magic still has health off the screen. Though again, Shuffler building a ridiculous build here. Why does this always happen for the second one? Like, after somebody dies, that always winds up happening. Would help us if I type the right name in there. Sorry, I'm trying to plan ahead for the second race here. So again, in a few minutes afterwards, we'll have Princess Diana versus Christina, RTC. There we go, finally worked. So pretty soon following this, we'll have yet another race coming up here. This over to here for now. Sorry, I'm just really trying to plan ahead for the next one to make this go as quick as possible. What's so funny about it being a few minutes afterwards? If you think you can set this up any faster, again, whip it out and do it. Because feel fucking free. Because again, if you notice, like, go to the game fetch link here real quick. And then tell me that what I'm recapturing looks exactly like what they're casting. Because it doesn't. So what I have to do is basically wait for both of them to go live, wait until they're on their Isaac screens, recapture their Isaac screens, tell everybody what's going on for the race, and then we start. So yeah, there's a few minutes in between. Is that okay? Out of curiosity? Again, I'm sorry I'm not a multi-million-dollar corporation that's doing TV broadcasts every day. I'm a dude at home sitting on his couch with a computer. So again, bear with me momentarily, guys. In between races, it'll take me a second to reset them. Yeah, never okay. Damn it. Oh, that loading screen error again for Thefatshuffler. Wow, that really messed with his screen. I've never seen it just shrink the sides. I've seen it do both parts of it before, but never just the sides. That's really weird. That I've seen happen. That's going to say, like, oh, your flash crashed completely. Here's another little hint, guys. If it ever does this whiteout screen to you, sometimes it'll be like, oh, your flash crashed. Do you care? Tell it, no, you don't care, and it'll load up your loading screen instantly. It's really weird. It's like Flash trying to troll you. Like, oh, yeah, that Binding of Isaac game wasn't trolly enough, so here, let me mess with you, too. So just tell it no flat out, and it'll be fine every time. Yeah, see, this is the issue. Like, this mom fight can turn into, like, a 7 to 10 minute long, drawn out, just, like, you know, absolute, like, what's the word I'm looking for? Like, marathon, I guess, for lack of a better word. I can't think of anything better at the moment. But yeah, if you've got either really low damage or really low tear rate, or God forbid, the combination of both of those things when you get to Mom's Heart, oh God, watch out. It will take so long. And then you're going to run out of bombs. Like you see, Magic has no bombs, so he can't take care of these knights as quickly as he'd like to. Mind you, with he'll be fine just walking into these and taking damage, quite honestly. Slugfest, that's a good one. I like that word. That's a good one. Oh yeah, I really need to be trained to set up the streaming. Let's recap this again. I've been doing this for a year, and again, if you think you can do better, feel free. Again, feel fucking free. Because again, you know, it's an instantaneous thing, right? Like, they turn on their stream and it just magically shows up on mine exactly as I want it to, right? Totally. Totally logical. Yep. And there we go. So there we have it. Magic taking out Mom's Heart finally. I wish I had a timer going on that. I honestly wish I do. That fight was just drawn out. By the way, Magic, if you can hear me, hit escape real quick. I want to see what your tear rate is. Because that has to be at 1. That has to be at 1. There's like no chance that was anywhere over 1. But there is Magic going, oh yes, thank you. There's the round of applause from Thefatshuffler.